Hey everyone, how's it going? It's Ryan with Stock Investing and Trading 101. It's been quite a while now, at least a week or two, since I've brought you guys an update as to my portfolio and my strategy. And I apologize for that. I've had a business and it's been extremely busy. It's been taking up a ton of my time. On top of that, I'm looking to get into a real estate investment. I'm looking to branch out from not only just stocks, but to also real estate. So that's also taking time, kind of doing some research and just everything that is involved with that. So please forgive me for not uploading as much as I'd like to. But today I got you guys with my complete portfolio. As always, I'm going to show you guys my full portfolio. We're going to talk about some of my holdings and talk a little bit about my strategy moving forward for the next couple of weeks. We have Biden coming into office next week. So that might be pretty interesting for the market. We have Biden talking tonight about his stimulus plans and kind of plans for the economy. So we'll see what that brings. But let's get right into it. Without further ado, let's show you guys my Robinhood portfolio. Don't forget to thumbs up this video, guys. It really helps promote my video for the YouTube algorithm. And if you aren't subscribed already, subscribe to my channel. We do weekly portfolio updates, stocks. We talk investments, and everything involved with that. So as always, we're going to start first with my stock positions. As you guys know, I'm kind of an investor in stocks. I usually hold for the long term, but I also do some swing trading and some more speculative, risky plays, as well as a little bit of options. I prefer to sell options, but I do buy options as well. So first, let's look at my stock holdings. Right now, my holdings are relatively light. I've kind of deleveraged and de-risked my portfolio. You have to figure the market still is pretty much at all-time highs. We're just hovering around 380 on the S&P 500, the SPY. Today we were down about $1.50. But looking at the all-time and the one-year chart, the stock market is more or less at all-time highs. I'm not too comfortable going very heavy into stocks right now. So my biggest current holding is Realty Income, which recently had a share offering. It caused the stock price to crash about 2% or 3%, as you see right here on January 12th. It lost about $2 per share, which kind of sucked. But they're using the money to purchase more properties, which in theory should help them in the long term. On top of that, I'm collecting a monthly dividend, and I'm also selling covered calls to generate additional income. Next, we have gold. I'm still bullish on gold. We have Bitcoin. As everybody knows, Bitcoin has just been going parabolic, up tens of thousands of dollars. Gold is actually still kind of struggling, not even close to its highs. So I think gold has some opportunity to go up. I'm not saying it's going to go up like Bitcoin is, but I do think gold is somewhat undervalued currently. Next, we have Wendy's. This is just something that I'm holding, collecting the dividend on, selling covered calls, and eventually I'll be getting out of this position. But right now, I'm kind of holding it at a loss, unrealized loss. Next, we have Baba, which has been performing pretty poorly as of recently. However, this week up 7%, so that's been pretty good for my Baba holding. This is one of my biggest single stock holdings that I'm not selling options on. I have $3,000 invested in Alibaba, and I'm currently down about 2%. Next, we have MJ, which has been performing extremely well, up to almost $20 per share, up 16% the past week and 31% the past month. Currently up $400 on the position. Probably going to get out of that position very soon here. After that, we have SH. This is a short S&P 500 ETF. AT&T. This is just kind of a core holding. They have a nice 5 or a 6% dividend yield. Actually, it's a 7% dividend yield. My average cost is exactly $30 per share. We're collecting that nice 7% yield. We're also selling covered calls. So really, just kind of a core holding that's generating at least 7 to 10% once you factor in the covered calls Plus, if AT&T ever goes back up to 38 or where it was, earlier last year, that'd be a good opportunity for another 20 to 25% appreciation in stock price. After that, we have 100 shares of Campbell's Soup. Similar to AT&T, it's a nice dividend stock. They have a stable dividend, selling covered calls to increase my cash and generate additional income. After that, we have Kimberly-Clark, which is sitting at about $130 per share. Looking at the 1-year chart, Kimberly-Clark is at an attractive price, in my opinion. I think Kimberly-Clark at 130 is a buy. My current average cost is about 133, so we're pretty much flat on the position. After that, we have Clorox. I also think Clorox is a good buying opportunity. Similar chart to Kimberly-Clark, currently at $195 per share. It's came off quite a bit from highs at about $135 per share. So I think it's a decent opportunity to buy. However, I don't have as much conviction in this trade as I do in some of my other trades. Next, we have Walmart, General Mills, Verizon, Kraft Heinz, Consolidated Edison, Dominion Energy. So these are all dividend aristocrats, dividend growth stocks. They're really not big movers. These are kind of, slow positions, boring positions. I don't expect them to go up or down too much. I'm pretty much just holding them to collect the dividend. I'm kind of staying away from some of the high-flying stocks like Tesla and things like that. I figure I've missed my opportunity. I'm not going to chase something. It's not my strategy. It's not my style. I wish I would have, because obviously if you have taken those trades, they've paid off tremendously. But it's just not my style, and I'm not going to try and chase something. Next, we have Coca-Cola, ConAgra Foods, which I'm selling at the end of this week. I've sold a covered call, which is looking like it will be assigned on the 22nd. So we're going to keep a small profit in that. A couple shares of Microsoft, McDonald's, 200 shares of UVXY. This is one of my current hedges. I'm actually pretty well hedged currently. I sold a lot of my hedges today, and that's how I've made about $400 in profit today. I actually sold a lot of my hedges because the VIX kind of spiked a little bit, as well as the SQQQ also went up, so I kind of took some of my profits. But as you guys can see, I'm still holding 200 shares of UVXY, and I'm still hedged and protected. We have almost 2 shares of Adobe, which I think is at a somewhat attractive price, especially for a strong company such as Adobe. Next, we have some smaller positions, a couple shares of MasterCard, Philip Morris, nothing too much relatively to my portfolio. So that's my core stock holdings. Next, let's look at my option holdings, which there isn't very much currently. I've actually sold most of these options, meaning I'm taking in a premium and I'm benefiting from theta or time decay. So I have a covered call sold on UVXY, MJ, Realty Income, Rocket Mortgages, another UVXY covered call, ConAgra Brands, UVXY again. Then I have a debit spread on UVXY, a covered call on gold, on AT&T, on Campbell's Soup, on Kellogg's, and then lastly I have a purchased call option on Campbell's Soup, gold, and I have a couple of UVXY debit spreads. So that's all my option holdings. Pretty much my current outlook on my portfolio and the market is that I'm hedged, I have cash ready, and I'm also holding some undervalued companies, or companies that are, in my opinion, undervalued, that are also paying dividends. So in the meantime, I'm collecting dividends. My portfolio is still growing. I have very minimal risk. If the market crashes, I have my hedges to protect me. I'm not holding anything that isn't already well off of its highs. So I'm kind of protected no matter what. This is once again because the market is at all-time highs. There's a ton of companies that are, in my opinion, overvalued, and I just don't want to get caught in something if something were to change, especially with the election and Biden coming into office in the next week. If he tries to raise taxes, raise the corporate tax rate, even news of him attempting to do this, I think could affect the stock market, obviously. And so I think there will be an increase in volatility sometime in the next 3 months, possibly in the next 1 month. So in my opinion, I'm prepared for an increase in volatility. I have some cash ready if stocks do come down. But all in all, portfolio is still growing. I'm taking a lot of my profits and withdrawing them and putting them into my real estate fund so I can get into my real estate investment once again. So as always, guys, don't forget, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate everyone who's made it this far and who's been watching my videos and kind of keeping up with what I'm doing. I hope you guys are killing it. I know in 2020 we had a great year. We were up over 20% in 2020, hoping to match that at least in 2021. I hope you guys killed it last year and, continue to kill it. So thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget, subscribe to the channel, smash that like button, and we'll talk to you guys soon.